Shalom. I like to say Kol Allah wa Hawala, which is all praise and glory in Hebrew to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Wakar Kadash, double honors and Apostle El Screen Muslim. Bless God to you, few sisters and the Islam corners. Just waking up, just joining us truth. My name is Kamari from GMS Cleveland, coming at you with another video lesson. This video is going to be, alright, on, because they put in the news that Iran, alright, is behind some type of cyber attack over there in California, okay, because the Trump administration, they blew up certain facilities over there in Iran, okay, attacking on their water system and electric grid, alright. So what they're propagating in the news is saying like, well, Iran's doing a tit for tat because we attacked them. And it would make all the sense in the world that, you know, Iran would be the people behind the cyber attack, because if we did attack them first, why would they not hit us back? But it's all a snare, okay? It's all deceit, okay? This is being deliberately done, all right, within our own backyard. Just like they lie and plot and plan about everything, man. Okay. This is nothing short of their doings, okay? And this devil, he's fooling you people. That's why it's called the devil, the great deceiver. All right. The U.S. is doing it themselves. They're the ones behind the scenes, working the strings, okay, and coming up with an FFlag attack, you know, to usher in this NWO system, this beast digital system, okay, because they need a Black Swan event in order to bring about, to get rid of the old and come in with the new. That's all they're doing right now. They're carrying out their plans, and it has to be order out of chaos. In that matter, they had to bring the people to such a low, they had to corner the people, basically. They had to corner the people to bring them in such fear that they will be willing to do anything to stop all the violence, all right, and the danger that this U.S. government, that Babylon the Great, shall say, is going to bring upon them. All right, so yeah, man. All right, I'm just gonna play this video and just give you a news update on, you know, how this devil is going about things, and, you know, just you know, updated news, man. That's what we call watchers. But anyway, here we go.
A Northern California city has declared a state of emergency after a cyber attack targeted IT systems, including 911 dispatch. The attack happened in the northern San Francisco-based city of Sassoon in the early hours on Friday. City officials forced to pull the plug on the entire network to stop the threat. The residents couldn't call 911. Now, despite the outage, officials say residents are not in danger, with police and fire personnel still able to receive calls through the county dispatch center. News Nation's Courtney Friel, she's live in California with the latest. Courtney, this is scary. What more are we learning?
Yeah, hi, Hannah, but it could have been much worse as well. 911 routing was hit, but 911 service has not disappeared thanks to another nearby county stepping in to help out. Sassoon is a small city, about 30,000 people, just east of San Francisco, and the city says malicious software infected its computer systems just before 6 a.m. Friday morning. The attack reached 911 routing with police and fire dispatch as well, city records, and other government services. Officials responded by just pulling the plug on the city's entire IT network, both to contain the attack and preserve evidence for a federal investigation. Police officers and firefighters are still answering calls as well. Dispatchers were then moved to another center in Solano County, Hannah.
Courtney, so many questions. Do we know who did this? What were the hackers trying to get? What did they get?
Yeah, we don't have those answers. And even though we're not talking about a big city attack, this highlights the vulnerabilities in the system. Cybersecurity expert Alex Hammerstone tells me part of the problem is simple. Cities have to pay to protect against something that hasn't even happened yet.
People just don't like to pay for what hasn't happened, right? I think, not to be philosophical, but we tend to be a lot more reactive than proactive, right? So after an incident happens, there's all the money in the world to go out and fix it, right? But before an incident happens, it's much harder to get budget for prevention.
Damn.
Like to pay for what hasn't happened, right? I think, not to be philosophical, but we tend to be a lot more reactive than proactive, right? So after an incident happens, there's all the money in the world to go out and fix it, right? But before an incident happens, it's much harder to get budget for prevention.
This attack comes with cyber officials already on high alert. Just 2 weeks ago, we've been reporting how hackers targeted more than 30 water systems in Minnesota, part of a wider wave of attacks on water and wastewater utilities across several states. The FBI and the nation's cyber defense agency have warned that Iranian hackers have been targeting those critical systems, but there's no evidence that the Sassoon City attack is connected. That's why right now the FBI, Homeland Security, and California's Office of Emergency Services are all involved. So far, officials have not identified who's behind the attack, nor have they said how that malware got in, whether this was ransomware or if any ransom was even demanded. At this point, investigators are specifically trying to determine if any data was stolen. In the latest city update, online city services and internal operations remain unavailable. The state of emergency lets the city move faster for outside help and tries to recover some of the cost of the attack. But now comes the hard part, not just turning the computers back on, but making sure the hackers are out before they do, Kelly. To be continued.
Yeah, you're right. This could have been a lot worse, but now what happens next? No, it's okay. Courtney Friel in California for us. Thank you, Courtney.
Thank you for watching.
Okay, so yeah. As you can see, all right, we are in a different world now, man. Okay, just like with a few keystrokes, okay, from a laptop somewhere in a desolate in a certain location in the world, right? Somebody can shut a whole city down, man. Okay, they can shut a whole city down. Turn off the electric grid, all right, stop the water in the cities, you know, because this water system is ran on electricity, is ran on a computer, all right. They can shut you out of your bank account, okay. They can take money out of your bank account. They can stop the operations of a hospital. All these, especially older people, they're on these dialysis machines and respiratory machines. You know, electricity and technology plays a major role on how people are able to live longer now. You know, and because we, grown used to that for so long. Okay, we forgot about the old ways. You know, if worst case scenario was to come about, and the systems, all right, the electricity went out, we wouldn't know what to do. And you're gonna think Esau the devil, Edomites for that king of Babylon. Because we're coming to a time now where he wants the people to look to him as God, and one of all things. So yeah, man, now you see the negative effects of just depending upon, all this technology, almost like a tongue twister. Technological advancements, all right? It's supposed to better our lives and, make it more convenient, but really it gave us the disadvantage, all right? It made us more stupid, made people more stupid, okay? How many times have you, when people talk about, when they talk about how youth they have grown to using, technology, especially like, let's say the smartphone. This is, because you can program numbers in the phone back then when they had the flip phones and all that. You had to remember people's numbers, You know, it's small stuff like that. You know, it's a situation happened. They was in a jam somewhere, they locked up. I know because it happened to me one time. Because you know, you just used to pulling somebody's number. You know, at will on the phone. All right, because you got a program in there. You don't practice on remember that number by heart anymore because you can just pull it up. All right, a couple scroll it up. Yeah, this is going to be part of the FFlag, all right, attack on this electrical system. Okay, which will bring us back to the Stone Ages. I'm gonna get these scriptures, and this remind me of this video game. Matter of fact, I screenshotted it too. This video game called Watch Dogs. I'm gonna read the description about, you know, to give you info about what the game is about. Is it Watch Dogs is an open world action adventure video game series created by Ubisoft. The games focus on hack protagonists who fight corrupt corporations, criminal underworlds, and totalitarian regimes by exploiting CTOS, which is Central Operation Systems, a financial network connecting all city electronics, and civilian data. And doesn't think data is going to be the new currency. All right. Data is going to be very, very important. And this man's NWO. Core themes and premise. Mass surveillance explores a Big Brother society where private corporations and governments monitor every civilian's digital footprint, financial data, and daily movements. See, Esau's revealing onto you in his movies and even in video games about what he want to do with the future. Information warfare replaces traditional brute force combat tools with super smart base hacking, allowing players to manipulate city infrastructures, spy through chemicals, and disrupt communications. Evangelism and hacktivists focus on anti-established hackers who uses systematic exploits to fight corrupt greed, government override, and criminal exploitations. Yeah, so that's exactly the reality that we're in right now. We're in a watchdog like state. Like I said, where people can, you know, they can manipulate a whole city just from a laptop or a phone, a small electronic device. All right. They can easily, infiltrate, everything in the modern day society that we live in. Okay. And it can affect your life heavily. All right. Because like I said, they can steal money out of your bank account. All right. They can get all your information that's about you. Okay. And then it's over from there. Let me get the scriptures now. Let me see. Start this one. Psalm 64:2. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, which are the Edomites, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter arrows. Right? Because when you see these CEOs of these tech giant companies, okay, that's like Yeah, you see them when they speak, when they have their speeches, they're speaking or discussing on the behalf of their rich elite, you know, JOO friends. All right, they're speaking about a time where this government wants to introduce an how you say it, authoritarian base, a regime, okay, where it's just they dictate your whole ways and manners of life. That's far from what this Babylon the Great or America is supposed to stand for. All right, but yeah, that's what they want. Okay. It says, who with their tongues like a sword and bend their arrows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Damn. And those are bitter words. Okay. Your Bill Gates said. All right. And how he wants to maintain population. He said there's too many people on Earth. Okay. That's how that man wets his tongue and he uses bitter words. What was it? I think it's this one. All right, 2 Corinthians 6:24. Is it at that time shall friends fight against one another? Oh, damn, my fault. 2 Corinthians 6:24. At that time shall friends fight against one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall. It's like yeah, because people gonna fight each other. Everybody used to be friends when they was younger. I'm talking about from diapers into adults. They're gonna turn one another because it's gonna be about survival of the fittest. And people mentality will be changed. It will change based on the circumstances, based upon how much of a dire straits they are, because self-preservation is so real. All right, when people's back against the wall, they will do things that they couldn't never imagine. All right, so yeah, let's go get nasty. This is songs. I already read that shit. Where is it? Oh damn, that was on that. What was it? I'm getting sleepy, sloggy, y'all. Alright. Yeah, I think I just got rid of a scripture. What was it? Anyway, 2 Corinthians 15:18. It says, for because of the pride, the city shall be trodden. No. Yeah. Second Corinthians 15:18. For because the pride cities because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Yeah, the city's gonna be cut off, man. Like I said, that video clip I just played, it said 911 was out of service. Okay, for a moment period of time. Yeah, so what I'm concluding to wrap this thing up is that the world we live in, okay, it can be shut down just like that, man. Damn. Yeah, that was it, man. I'm getting sleepy. It's like here. Yeah, so yeah, so you can see what this man you can see where his mind's at, what his intentions are. Okay. What was that at? Let me see. Yeah, like I said, man. Look out for the the F flag, man.
So imagine Shark Tank, right?
Look out
But
for the
without
Black
the
Swan,
cameras,
man.
and you get your master's degree simply
Because
by launching your own
they're
business.
getting more.
That's basically one day. They're the world's only program
You're starting
where
to see
you
it
can
more
get
and
your
more
MBA
in
simply
the
by
news.
launching your own business.
Right,
A
cyber
northern
attacks.
California city has declared a state
Iran
of
is possibly
emergency
behind
after a
it.
cyber
And,
attack
like,
targeted IT systems, including 911 dispatch. The attack happened in the northern San Francisco Bay city of Sassoon. And a northern California
yeah, and
city.
blaming it on Iran. All right, U.S. always finds a boogeyman or a face, so they can point the finger and say, "Just here, see that? That's the bad guy." All right, so yeah, man, just a quick news update. Over in California, they going through this dilemma, all right, or stuck between a rock and a hard place. All right, with cyber attacks on their electrical grid and in their water system. So you take away those two, man, you can forget about it. People are going to tap the fuck out, and they yeah. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, man, stay in the news, watch it carefully, because this man is he's definitely on the prowl. He's definitely out here on the prowl, trying to execute. Okay, he's gonna bait you people right into his hands. But with that, I'm gonna give all praise and glory to Yahweh Hashem Moshe. Devon Spasel, Great Muslim, bless God, the Shalom.